Hi everyone, Omar here. Super excited to be demoing Parallels today, which is my app for Lenny's buildathon with replit. This is intended for Lenny's audience, which mainly consists of product managers, aspiring product managers, technical, non-technical people, vibe coders, non-vibe coders, startup founders, anyone who has a product problem or product challenge that they want to work through. Um, this application was meant to sit on top of Lenny's data and extract value from Lenny's podcast and the newsletters. So I'll take you how through it works, and then I'll give a demo and show what my solution does. So basically, parallels in a nutshell, you describe what you're stuck on. It finds a real story from another product team who faced the same shape of problem, what they tried, and what happened next. And as we know that Lenny's guests have a lot of knowledge and bring a lot of value to the table. They're CEOs and founders and chief product officers of very big companies, and they have a lot of valuable information that we can use to help anyone who's on their product journey or trying to solve a product challenge of their own. So how Parallels works is basically it is grounded in the context of your own application. So as we know in this day and age, context is everything. It reads the context from your code structure from GitHub, and it also connects to Notion. It connects to your notes from Linear, the issues and the backlogs. It has a immense amount of knowledge, and it encompasses everything that you are building and that you have that everything that you have about your product. It's just in one sitting in one place, all connected to parallels, so that we can at the end of the day give you the best answer to your product challenge or problem. So right now I'm connected to my account. So as we can see, I'm connected to this private repo of mine, and it is reading it and it's telling me exactly what it is, what the tech stack is, and a bunch of other details about it. So that's good to go. And a quick overview is after we read the context, it searches Lenny's corpus, runs it through a couple of different models, brings the best results. It reads a couple of different podcasts and newsletters, finds the the ones that are related to your specific problem, and then it also runs Tavily, which basically finds live web results on, let's say, Duolingo or another company had a similar problem to what you're facing, how they're doing now, and the progress that they've been doing, if that's available online. And so we get that information, and then after we get all that information and you understand how to move forward, we create an MD file, which is basically a markdown file for your favorite coding agent like Claude, Cursor, Replit. And we have three different ways that you can use Parallels. So basically, the first one would be quick search. So I've built a tennis matchmaking application here because I'm an avid tennis player, and I also wanted to showcase how we can actually tackle a real problem using Parallels. So for the tennis matchmaking application, it's still in the early stages, and I was wondering, how do we get more users to sign up? But also, once we launch, we want to have steady growth, and we don't want to lose a lot of users to churn. Um, so that was one of the issues. But also, like, beginner intimidation, like if someone's new and they see like a lot of competitive players. So basically, we'll tackle that first. Um, and we have our connections here, so it's connected to Linear, Notion, GitHub, and Slack. Um, and then we go back, we'll paste that again, we'll give it a bit of context on what we're trying to solve, and then we'll press find precedent. So it reads Lenny's corpus, cross-checks with the database, uses the models, so in this case Haiku and DeepSeek, verifies what's happening next, and then it'll go in and kind of create those agents. So basically it says, in this case at least, there's no exact match, which is fine, but because it also, I'm using the starter dataset, but it finds the closest story from Lenny's dataset and the videos. And basically, in this case, it shows chess.com, Albert Chen, growth leader. It says what their situation was, what they did, what happened, and how they fixed it, and then basically the it'll also like give you options to sharpen your questions and re-ask the agent. Now you can kind of go in here and watch the video, basically from YouTube, and get the exact like timestamp
Learning journey.
on Lenny's podcast and be able to um, learn more. You can also export in your favorite Claude MD, Agents MD, Cursor Rules, Spec MD, Replit MD. For this case, I will take Claude, for example, and it will download it to my downloads. And we can also ask follow-up questions. Now, that's the first use case. We can also stress test the plan. So let's say, for example, in this case, we want to pull it from Notion. We can kind of go in here and say, for example, have all these cases or issues created. Let's say double partner. So we're at the start. Let's say AI matching recommendations or fake and spam profiles erode the trust. We run the pre-mortem, and basically it will do the same steps, but in this case it will go through the risks that we might face and give us like a mitigation plan on how we can kind of go forward. So we get the mitigation plan, we can rerun it and edit it. We can also, same thing, export. It explains what's happening with the risks. In this scenario, it's using Loud Cloud, so Ben Horowitz, CEO of Loud Cloud. We can watch the video too, how to avoid this, and then if we don't like it, we can try another plan. The last but not least would be you're not sure where to start. So for the tennis matchmaking application, we can go in and say we're building a tennis matchmaking application. We can say that this is where we're stuck, and then we can say that what we have ruled out, and then we can do find precedent. You can always refine your input, and we can see that those are the steps that we're taking right now. And yeah, we'll just wait for the agent on the LLM to kind of do everything that we need it to do. Once it does that, we get the same thing. So for this case, we got Grant Lee, Gamma CEO and co-founder at the time, and again, we get the same steps and we can export. So there's different ways to kind of approach your product challenge in parallels. If you have a plan, you can stress test it. If you're not sure, if you know what you want, you can use quick search. Now I'll take you through like the connections. So if you go to linear, we can see like these are the different tasks that are in progress for me. I can also search them from here, so we can do find precedents and it'll do that, but I don't want to do that right now. And then I can see what's in the backlog. I can also open it and it will take me to exactly like the linear feature that I have created. So that's for linear. Same thing goes for Notion. I can see all the different issues and tasks that I've created, which are open, which is in progress, and kind of go from there. And also, the roadmap that I've created is also on there. Something cool that I've created also is it's connected to Slack. So I've sent like a weekly digest basically to Slack based on what myself or my team is kind of searching in parallels. In this case, it's only myself, so it's connected to social. Well, shouldn't be called social, but it's it's connected to Slack, and it shows like, okay, open pair. You can either open it in parallels and check it out, or you can watch it here. So it'll send the videos from Lenny's podcast, which is connected to YouTube in this case, and what you can watch. So it says, like, for example, we search the AI matching recommendations becomes repetitive over time, stuff like that. Beginner intimidation and onboarding paralysis, which we just looked at. So yeah, I mean, that's how like the weekly digest kind of works. Something cool that I've also built just for design purposes is so I'm living in Canada right now, so it'll change the design. But I'm originally from Jordan, so it'll save the design. This is my application. It's grounded in your context. I've enjoyed really working on it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to developing it even further and making the most out of it and sending it to the world so that everyone can, take advantage of it and use it and solve all their product challenges. Thank you so much. I appreciate the chance to get to work on this, and yeah, thank you for listening and watching.